Just before 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, I got a phone call from Senator Erin Murphy. She was upset. Hard to understand, but I heard her clearly when she told me former House Speaker Melissa Hortman had been murdered. This is Breaking the News. I'm Janice Shortle. Senator Murphy was upset because, yes, it's horrific, and also because Melissa Hortman was her dear friend. The same could be said for Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, who I also kept in close touch with this weekend. She nor Senator Murphy could talk in interviews over the weekend. They were sheltering in place because the killer was still out there. That changed last night, and this morning we met to talk. On this Monday morning, I think it's time to talk about Melissa.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that we're doing this together.
We served with her together.
Yeah, she was my friend.
My entire elected tenure is threaded with Melissa Hortman.
I don't want to talk about the moments of her death, but I want to ask you about how you've been feeling since you found out.
So I was dead asleep. My family, we were all asleep, and there was a loud banging on the door along with a flashlight in our window because the State Patrol, who I have worked very closely with for the last 7 years, came immediately when they had heard the news to check on our family. Shortly thereafter, I had a conversation with the governor about what had happened. And then I found out, I don't know, time has no meaning, and that those sort of moments of the early morning that they thought that she had, that Melissa had been killed.
We didn't have much of any idea yet what was at play. And he, in that call, mentioned that perhaps Speaker Hortman was also involved. And then shortly thereafter, I got a call from the governor who let me know that she had died.
Were you scared?
I think I was immediately went into mom mode. Mm-hmm. My daughter woke up and we're like, it's okay, right? You know, it's just Trooper Adams outside. We know Trooper Adam.
I think we'd be fools not to be scared. You don't want to dwell there. I didn't want my kids to know that. But you're suddenly self-aware of where you are and the unknowing of what's happening around you.
Did you ever think about not staying or not running for public office this weekend?
This weekend, I feel like we've crossed a line. It took a little while for me to let the word assassination sink in. My dear friend, Melissa Hortman, was assassinated. That by itself is a phrase that I would never expect to use. And I think we have to acknowledge it for what that means for us, not just here in Minnesota, but in America.
Take a deep breath. Think about what they want for, right, their family and community, their block, their state and their country. And even if they are afraid, that they still stand up for what they believe in and put themselves into leadership roles, because something that would just like multiply this tragedy would be if more people said, that's not for me.
Stay in the game. My thanks to the Lieutenant Governor and Senator Murphy for our conversation, and coming up after the break, our interview with the Speaker of the House, Republican Lisa Damon.